Sure. There are a lot of factors that are involved in the president's decision on this. And to give you a little bit more granularity and detail, there are also these very small farmers markets that basically happen from county to county, from town to town. And what happens is that when the state of emergency is imposed, those farmer markets are impeded. That means that commerce and that trade and microfinance at those particular levels is not being conducted because there's an imposition of a state of emergency. Further, inside of the city of Monrovia itself, there are smaller boroughs, think of neighborhoods within a particular city. Some of those boroughs are walled off or basically quarantined just completely from the rest of the city. What happens is that friends, neighbors, or city officials then begin leaving food supplies, medical supplies, things at the main access point to some of these communities. By lifting that state of emergency, it allows more congress of people that are not even affected but are hit by the state of emergency. So therefore, only the ones that were contracting the Ebola virus were the ones that were being quarantined. In effect, it was quarantining entire neighborhoods. So now she has lifted that, yet she is strengthening the Ministry of Health and other ministries, their positions here throughout the country. She's not removing any of the safety precautions that are involved with Ebola.
So essentially, you're telling us that the state of emergency did more bad than good in some areas of the country.
I would say that the state of emergency was necessary for the situation as it was regarding the death rate and the infection rate. Again, this census is unprecedented. I think that a lot of people were moving forward with policies that were motivated by the best interest of the communities at large. I think that when they imposed some of these strategies, they did have second and third order effects, indeed.
Now, you mentioned the infection rate. It has dropped significantly from 500 new cases a day to 50. What does that mean? Does that mean it's going to drop further to almost zero? Does that mean we're on our way to controlling the epidemic, at least in Liberia?
I think that the communities here, with the organizations, the NGOs, the international community, and the government of Liberia itself is better organized in confronting the situation. So in the nascent stages of the epidemic, we saw a lot of spread because a lot of these, we weren't organized around the epidemic itself. Now we are. We have strategies. We have logistical frameworks that are in place for getting supplies to the outlying counties. So all of these inroads have had an impact in isolating Ebola away from large population centers. All of these strategies have been working, I hate to use this word, synergistically amongst each other to have the amalgamated effect of reducing the infection rate.
All right, Carlo Nino, speaking from Monrovia, thank you very much. Now, the American